What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so as you can see here, I did get the Psylocke Pack, and I have her kind of ready to go, and I've been playing around with her a little bit, so I geared her up and leveled up her skills all the way, or her gear, I mean, all the way to almost 20. I'm saving the last one here. Of course, I have enough bios to actually get her gears maxed out, but I'm going to be tier 2ing her in a different video. This video is just going to kind of show off Psylocke at tier 1. Just felt like doing a comparison, tier 1, tier 2, just for people that are kind of thinking about picking up the pack but haven't gotten it yet. And you will be able to get her to tier 2 very, very easily through the Deadpool Epic Quest, because all of these bios are just from that. I didn't have to use any selectors or anything on her. I got all these bios just from the Epic Quest, so you get more than enough to tier 2 her. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at her here. So for these skills, we have the second skill leveled up here because I thought it decreased or increased the amount of mind resistance that she reduces on the enemy, but maybe it's just the stacks go up, because I don't remember why I actually leveled up this skill. You might have to level it up to get the maximum of minus 100%, but I'm not sure. Usually I just level up the skills for their effects. This one here we have leveled up because we get a increase to the dodge rate and increase to the mind damage, so very nice skill here. And she has 5 seconds of mind control, which again, a very, very powerful effect. Super good against world boss, and really good in PvP as well if you can get off the skill. So definitely like that. So it makes her it increases her survivability a lot. It makes her a lot easier to play and just kind of more or less spam the skills on, as long as you keep that mind control up. Besides that, her leadership is just mind resistance, so nothing too special there. For the ISO 8 set, we ended up getting Overdrive. I just kept the first one that I rolled, so Overdrive or Power the Angry Hulk I think would be best on her. For the custom gear, I actually have no gear on her right now. Just showing you that because I don't have any custom gear on the clips of gameplay that I'm going to be showing you, because yes, I have already recorded those, so I just will be talking over them after this part here. So I wanted to let you know that I do not have a custom gear on her during the gameplay. We're going to be doing some World Boss Ultimate and also some ABX as well, Extreme Alliance Battle, just to kind of show off her damage and to show off her survivability. After this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to just be putting a damage proc on her, but I'm not sure if I'm going to prioritize immune to guard break, because as you will see in the clips coming up, she doesn't really need it. Her iframes keep her very well protected, and the mind control also makes it so it's very tough for the enemy to have a opportunity to guard break her. So I don't necessarily think that she will need immune to guard break. But of course, it's always nice to have, especially if you plan on using her in PvP as well, because that's just super valuable in PvP in general, just because you can't control what skill the AI is going to use, so having that immune to guard break just really helps. But overall, I think you're safe with just going with a damage proc and then having mind damage on it, and then the other slot is basically just free to play with. If you want some ignore dodge, that'd be really nice, or even if you get a dual mind damage, that would probably be ideal. Dual mind damage and then a damage proc. That's kind of what I'm aiming for her right now. So I don't really have a obelisk that I've rolled that I'm happy with, so that's another reason why I don't have one on her, but I'll eventually get one. Anyway, that's enough for that rambling. I can continue on when I talk over the gameplay clips, so let's go ahead and jump into those. Alright, so here we are at Ebony Maw for World Boss Ultimate Stage 20. We're going to be using our Psylocke here just to try her out a little bit, because she seemed to do okay when I had first taken her in here, and I was like, you know what, let me record this. So we're going to be using Ancient One's leadership. We get the 45% to blast types, and then we also get his tier 2 passive, which increases elemental damage. And then we're using, a lot of really heavy hitting damage strikers here. And yes, I know tier 1 characters are not able to really do world boss effectively, like pretty much at all, but we're getting a lot of damage here from our strikers, so mainly this is just to show off her kind of survivability, to show how well she can do against Ebony at tier 1, because pretty much at tier 1 she's going to be taking a lot of damage if she ever gets hit by Ebony here. So this just to show off her survivability and her mind control, and that she can actually do damage as well, even at tier 1, which was surprising because for tier 1, this is like the most damage I've ever seen a character do to a world boss. It is sped up right now, as you can see from the time on the top, so she's not clearing it extremely fast like it may seem from the video being sped up, but she is able to clear him at stage 20 here. And oh yeah, we do have Shuri for the other character in our party here to give us the damage bonus against supervillains. But like I said, mainly all the damage here is from the strikers, but she is still doing enough damage that it is making a difference, because I have done this with other tier 1 characters that are able to survive the entire time, and just the damage alone from the strikers was not enough to get them or carry them through the entire stage. So she is still doing damage here. She's not doing just ones or anything like that, as you can see from, we're kind of stunned right there, as you can see from all the damage numbers above his head right now as we attack. So yeah, I was quite surprised by this, so I thought I would include this in the video here. But like I said, most of the damage is from the strikers. Keep that in mind. I'm not saying that tier 1 Psylocke can clear stage 20 plus of Ebony Maw on her own. I've tried this once without strikers at all, and I believe for the full 5 minutes she got about 5 or 6 of his health bars down with no strikers and no anything, which is really good. And she's going to be doing slightly more than that here, because we do have the strikers giving her damage increase as well, outside of just their, you know, striking damage. So anyway, that was, like I said, show off her survivability. So now we're going to be hopping into some ABX here. So we have some alliance battle, and this is to kind of show off more of her just damage on its own, so you can kind of get a better comparison, because now we don't really have any strikers helping her out. And this is sped up as well, but as you can see, she's doing really decent damage for a tier 1 character. And this is the no restriction day for Extreme Alliance Battle, so the Frost Beast does actually even have a barrier right here, and since she is not tier 2, she does not have that pierce, so she's just doing straight up damage, you know, regardless of the barrier. The barrier is still reducing her damage, so she's not ignoring that. And she's still scoring, as you can see here. We're about to hit 200k, and we have like a minute and 20 seconds left. So yeah, that's nothing to scoff at there. She's definitely going to be a powerhouse at tier 2 for Extreme Alliance Battle. So I see her putting up a really decent score. She might be able to hit like, I don't know, over 1 million if you have like a CTP on her or something like that, because this is, again, no obelisk, so no obelisk for that first fight against stage 20 of Ebony Maw, and no obelisk here against the Frost Beast, so you don't even have a damage proc, invincibility, nothing, and she's scoring over 300k here, so very powerful character. Yeah, so what do we end at? About 340,000, so yeah, crazy damage for a tier 1 character. But now we're just going to just show some basic world bosses here. I just included these at the end just to have another comparison to see what kind of damage she's doing, and we're just going to be using Ancient One and Valkyrie for pretty much all these fights, and no strikers. But anyway, that's just kind of showing off Psylocke here, and if you're curious, I probably shouldn't have waited to the end of the video to say this, but the skill rotation that I like to use for her is we pop the 5th skill, we let it play all the way out, boom, get the mind control, and then I like to use the 4th skill, and then the 3rd skill, I try to cancel it right when she throws out those psychic shurikens, but it's kind of tough to do that, and I cancel it to the 1st skill because the 1st skill has an iframe and moves you closer to the target, so that when I'm using the 5th skill, I'm just right on top of them, so I can get the full damage from the skill. And also, I've had it at times after I do the 3rd skill right there with the shurikens, and I actually wait for it to finish and I land on the ground and I'm trying to hit the 5th skill. Sometimes she's out of range, so she has to walk closer and she can take damage during that time, or she'll just stand there and cast a skill right away and the enemy will be at like the very edge of the circle of the attack radius on the 5th skill, and it doesn't always do full damage. And sometimes she doesn't even do that end part right there where you get all the psychic slash after she kind of like teleports past the enemy. Sometimes it just cuts off because the enemy's out of range, so you don't get the full damage, and then you lose the mind control as well. So that's just kind of my reasoning from the skill rotation I've been using. I'm not sure if this is an optimal rotation. This is just the one that I've been using on her. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.